Men are behind bars after 9 young men were attacked and set alight in Zandspruit in Johannesburg. Police Commissioner Elias Mawela confirming to eNCA this morning that a 5th young man has died from that incident. The men were accused of terrorizing the community. Well, Maseko Rahlacha is in Zandspruit this morning. She's been talking to relatives and the community at large about this incident, Maseko, and it seems that we're getting different numbers, we're getting new information every time you speak to the community. So what have you learned now?
Yuveka, the story is really a developing story. It keeps breaking. At the moment, there's a dispute in terms of the death toll. We found out this morning from the police commissioner who said that a 5th person passed away in hospital at the Bara Academic Hospital in Soweto. But I have a sister to one of the men who were attacked here in the early hours of yesterday, and she says her brother, in fact, passed away yesterday in hospital. So she says he was actually the 5th, because I can confirm to you, Veka, when I was here with Titiro Silepe, we saw 4 bodies at that spot behind me over there. And so she says that she even went to Bara to identify her brother. And now you would remember, Yuveka, just a short while ago, we spoke to another family member who says she got the call confirming that her nephew passed away this morning. So let me just get more clarity from the sister. She's asked for her identity to be withheld for obvious reasons, Yuveka. I think I've explained to you that the community is still afraid to speak because of arrests. So I'm just going to speak to her. She's not going to identify herself or her brother. Sesi, lere wena abutua hawa confirm hore definitely o hlokahetse maobane.
Yes, ke ile kopara maobane around past 2 to 3. Because I kile ko Helen Joseph azange mthole ke mthotse teng ihle sentse a tsule ka diwateng ba mkentse ka moshare.
Okay sis, okay sis, untshwarele. Very emotional, Yuveka. She says that she arrived at Helen Joseph first, and they told her to check at Bara Hospital. And then when she arrived at Bara Hospital, her brother wasn't even in a hospital bed. She said they had already taken him to the morgue. O no ikutlwa jang sesi o bona abuto hao a tshele hakalo ba mo shapile hakana ke eng e fitile mo kelelong ya hao?
Ke ne ke re bohloko haholo, because question e ke ipotsang yona, how can you ipitse hore leader and then o tlo leader batho to that evil thing e etsahetseng maobane bana ba le ba hlokahetseng bao ke bana ba batho ba bang bomme ba bona ba bang ha ba sebetse lo sebetse ha ba tsebe le gore ba tlo qala kae gore ba etse di-funeral arrangements pila antol. So le ena mme wa ka ke mongwe wa batho ba e leng gore ha ba sebetse. That is why ke ikutlwa ke re bohloko haholo. Hona jalo o swa ka lena mo aleng o robetse ha gone o tsoa ha robala hantle maobane ke la wantol. Ga bohloko ga le lelapa, because even gore mme wa ka ha soka a hila from what se ke leng sa etsahala ka ngwana ha yo mongwe wa moshimane a ile nna bolawa hona tsa Zandspruit wa bona. So e bohloko haholo yena.
Yo Sanong ile shapa la bobedi yanong ole o mong o bolaetsweng yena
ha re tsebe le yena go la nna bolaelwang, but le yena o la nna hlabiwa he se le ngwana bobedi a ile a shwelletse matsohong a batho. Yes,
se se kile bolana ka ha o ntshwarelehle ho fitisa mo nakong tse bohloko hakana. Yuveka, she's confirming that definitely she had to go identify her brother at the morgue at Chris Hani Baragwanath already yesterday, and she believes her brother was already the 5th, because there were 4 bodies here that were left in basically charred here yesterday, and she is very emotional, crying. Actually, she can't stop her tears at the image of her brother burnt that way. And she says that what pains her is that her mother doesn't work, so it leaves them with the responsibility to bury their brother. And these are tough times, Yuveka. And she says that this is not the first time that she loses a sibling in Zandspruit. She says a few years ago, her brother was also murdered. He was stabbed to death here in Zandspruit, and she doesn't know why. Let me go to a father now, Yuveka, who also has just come back. In fact, he came straight here to meet with me, Yuveka, after having to identify his son in the mortuary. Mpele abuti ha no fitla ko mortuary o mmona o na le jwa
Ne ke mona ena yao o lemetse patra aba o kara ba motšhesa yena ka roa bonagala o bontsha fela gore o kare ke motho a ruile le mo hanyane gore ke madi gore ko taboa ke mo ke sa tsebe but ena ai kare ke bontsha o tswa mo o ya godimo a ke tse mo o ya go tlase maotone gore o bjana gore o ngennwe gore jwang a ga ke tsebe
yena e ke ba ne ba felletse gone mo
ya inkwisha ka re ke ba mathomo ke bona ba tlhokofaletse same time ona mo ground ba bona mosese
ha o nahana ntho e etsweng ke community ba tlosa ngwana hao ka ditaba tsa ho etsa hampe a utswetsa batho le eng o no dula le yena o ka mmwella hore ngwana hao a ka se a etsa ntho e jwalo
nka e bua tabe bile nka e tlhatsela nka e saenela le ngwana ka a se le khudu o a sebetsa le ya ntse ba yo mothola na tswa mosebetsing a lata sekia o mo motho e le gore ne ba rutsi ba tsona dilo tseo ka re wa di rekisha so ka part community ba ile ba lata motho a ke itse lebitso la hae ba re ka o ka re ke leader a di go treatfats ke ba thola ngwana ka mo ntle le ba tlhakane ba kopane ba tseye and then ile le motho a motse ba mosadi wa ona mo wa mothako a re ne motho o ana problem motho o tswa mosebetsi ene bile ba tla skia ba tla yo robala so ba gana community ka e sola tsantse e latele go re kwishishe seemo o ne o gone kwisha batho ba bolela gore motho e ko o emela le wena so ke re ausi wa etse next batho tsantse ba kwishishe gore ngwana ka o shwetse ntwa sa etse ngwana ka go motho a rata mmere
o na le bana ngwana ha ntate
no a so nyale ao o mishimana le wa ke na ke tshepile yana ke re tla go mejalefa
so ba go tsetse
tshepo ile ya ka ana ke tla ifua ka ma
Pepi Center ke le bohelana kwa hao Yuveka, just to translate, he says that his son wasn't burned beyond recognition. He could recognize him. He could recognize his face. He says the only thing is that he was quite swollen in the face with a lot of scars. Now, police here yesterday, when they were combing the scenes, the number of sticks that they picked up, Yuveka, from that scene yesterday, you could see that these young men were surrounded by quite a huge crowd. And he says, they've taken hope away from him because this was his only son who used to work. He was found at an alleged drug dealer's home to fetch his keys after coming back from work. And unfortunately, he was found when the community went to this alleged drug dealer's home, and he just became collateral damage.
Well, unimaginable pain and trauma is what you're hearing there, Masego Rehlaka. Very, very difficult indeed. And just to confirm there, unofficially, what Masego is hearing from the families, it seems that it might now be 6 deaths that have resulted from this incident of mob justice there in Zandspruit. We're yet to confirm that with police, but she's been talking to families, and each one of them giving her their accounts of identifying bodies. So according to that body count, it is 6, but like I say, we are yet to confirm with the official authorities, with police, the number of deaths coming from there. But that is what Masego Rehlaka is hearing there in Zandspruit at the moment.